Hi, I'm Teodora Szasz, Senior Computational Scientist at the Research Computing Center of the University of Chicago, and I'm presenting today our paper on measuring representation of race, gender, and age in children's books, and the methods we develop for face detection and feature classification in illustrated images. The co-authors of the paper are Emileigh Harrison, Ping-Jung Liu, Ping-Chang Lin, Hakizumwami, Birali, Runesha, and Anjali Adukia. I'll start today with a story of an invisible monster that lives in children's books. One of its victims is Sophia, a girl born by the seaside, maybe in Hawaii, we don't know. The monster shaped her head in a triangular form, and her dream was to go to visit the mountains, feel the fresh air, and listen into the forest and the birds. As she went through the mountain, she could not enter because the gate to the mountains was circular, and her head was shaped triangularly. Days passed, and unfortunately Sophia grew old, always dreaming about going to the mountains, until she died. The monster that shapes children's heads is in books, and shapes underrepresented children's heads to believe that they are not capable of doing certain activities or following certain careers. And our team developed tools to make the monster visible. So we initially started looking at faces in images, and we are looking at off-the-shelf APIs, and we were expecting to detect faces, something more like this. However, using, for example, Google Vision API, we could not detect faces in images such as this one. So of course, if I ask you to tell me who is this, probably you will not know because you are more familiar with photos and faces in photos. So we started by curating a data set of 5,403 images, IllusFace, and we use this data set to develop an AutoML-based AI model for face detection, FDAI. The precision of the model is 93.4%, while the record is 76.8%. Compared to Google Vision API, we detected with this method 2.5 more faces in illustrations. And we had some challenges for feature classifications when we use public data sets such as these ones. They were all using faces in photos. So we curated another data set of 980 faces that we labeled for age, gender, and race. Each face was labeled by 3 different raters, and we included a category of unsure. So the pipeline goes like this. We use face detection model, and then we develop feature classification using AutoML model, FCA, for classifying age, gender, and race. So we realized that even if books were designed for children, many more adults, about 3 times more adults, were in the books than children's. And the white race was predominant. So the accuracy of our models is a function of the manual labeling. And although each image was labeled by 3 different raters, the interlabeler's reliability was small. Through these tools, we hope that decision makers can better understand the representation to which they are exposed in children. And our plan is to expand this data set and maybe look at the whole character rather than the face. Thank you.